brand to be and B-Side Capital, and we'll share a little bit more about that expansion too. So here's my contact information. Feel free to take a note about my email, and Vanessa, feel free to share my contact information after the presentation too. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer those. So again, as a mission lender nonprofit, our mission is to foster the economic growth of diverse small businesses. And we do that with a variety of direct lending options. Over the years, we have been helping more than 32,000 new jobs in the community and injecting more than 5.69 billion in the economy. That's very exciting. Now, with our direct fund loan program at B-Side Fund, we support small businesses that cannot qualify to traditional bank loans or businesses that have been denied for banks for different reasons. There is a variety of combination of grant lending programs that we use to support these programs, and I'm going to mention three of them in this workshop. We are going to talk about the Climate Loan Fund, Colorado Startup Loan Fund, and the SBA Community Advantage Loan Program. Here is just a quick snapshot of what we have been doing here at the B-Side Fund team with the loans that we have been financed over the last few years, and also the jobs that have been injected in our economy. And I will highlight this job creation here because, as you might see during the presentation, there is a huge impact for our state programs to support that community growth. So if you are small businesses, you are receiving funding from the state, the expectation of what we want to see is that you are also creating that employment opportunities to people in our community and helping with that economic growth over time. And here is just a brief information about demographics. We are very excited to continue supporting rural-owned businesses. 43% of our portfolio are rural small businesses, which that's amazing. And also our portfolio have a wide representation of women-owned, and any minority-owned businesses are also included here. I will share a little bit more about our eligibility and some considerations before you apply for a loan with us, but we support a lot of startups and early stage businesses. So if you're looking on that stage, or if your business is in that stage of early phases, that's something that we can help out with. All right. Now let's talk about the Climate Loan Program. The Climate Loan stand up for Colorado loans to increase Main Street businesses, economy, and resiliency. And this program is a statewide opportunity for small businesses that need working capital either to promote, to grow, to increase that employment opportunities in the community, but also looking to expand. Now, this program have been allowed to deploy these business loans, or small business loans, to the community through different lenders, CDFIs, and credit unions. We at B-Side Capital are one of the lenders that are participating in this program, but there's a few more that are included for the Climate Loan Program. So feel free to take a screenshot of this list, as each lender will have to review the applications based on their own guidelines. So as B-Side, we will review the applications based on our underwriter criteria in our policy, where we will be able to approve. But the program has some maximum capacity in terms of how much you can qualify for them. And some lenders might be able to offer a small dollar loan. So if you're looking for a large dollar loan, it's important to consider other lenders that might be able to accommodate to that request. Now, in terms of the eligibility for the Climate Loan Program, those loans will allow businesses to receive that working capital from 10,000 up to 500,000. With B-Side, we will be able to review application up to 100,000 maximum. As I mentioned, if you're looking for a higher loan amount, maybe other lenders that are participating in the program will be able to accommodate that request. There is some eligibility as being a state program that you have to meet, including that your business is based in Colorado, that is a small businesses with no more than 99 employees, and that 50% of that employees must be working on the state of Colorado. There is also some eligibilities in terms of cash flow. The business has to show at least 1 year of positive cash flow within the past five last years. So if, for example, your business generated net income in 2022, but maybe 2023 was a challenge, you reported losses, that's okay. We can consider that 2022 net income as part of the requirement for this program. The program also requires a debt service coverage ratio of at least 101, which means that after you generate all your revenue, you pay all your expenses, the business have that at least $1 available to repay that debt. That's the ratio that the program is looking at. You might see that, especially with banks, if you apply with other lenders, they might require a 1:25 ratio, 1:5, but with the program it's low, so you will be able to qualify if you have at least 1:1 ratio. For this program, they also require that you are in a good standing with the Colorado Secretary of State. So if you have any pending, registrations or anything that needs to be covered and you are intended to apply for the climate loan program, I recommend you cover those before. Now, in terms of the use of funds for this program, there is some eligibilities that you will also need to consider. One of them is working capital is allowed. So if you're looking for working capital to support payroll operations, that's absolutely fine. You can also cover inventory marketing. They also allow to cover current property taxes, utilities, rent, material supplies. They also allow to cover a scheduled interest on mortgage payments. And this is when it gets a little difficult for small businesses to understand. You cannot pay the whole monthly payment of your mortgage, but you can pay the interest on your mortgage. Now, there is also some options for debt refinance, and there is a big list, a very wide list of what is considered debt refinance, which type of loans are you able to pay off. So I will, for any debt refinance questions, I will highlight a few resources here in a minute, but in addition of that regular scheduled interest, you can also pay credit cards, business credit cards that have been using exclusively for business purposes and that you historically were able to pay off every month. I know that probably sounds kind of like complicated, but basically is that if you have a business credit card that historically you pay off every month, but when you are applying with a loan application, you might have a balance, that credit card might qualify as part of the debt refinance option for the climate loan fund. So now, as I mentioned, there is a wide list of debt refinance considerations for this program. And because of that, the state have partnered with a consulting firm called Apex Business Consulting. Feel free to take the contact information from Danny Martinez, who is the person that is leading this great initiative through his firm. And through his firm, they are able to provide consultations for small businesses to understand what is the climate loan program, I am eligible, what I need, what documentation I might need to start collecting, do I qualify for this debt refinance. They will be able to go one-on-one with you and determine if you are eligible for the climate loan program and what are the documents that you need to collect before you apply for the loan. Now, Danny in his firm have many other business consulting and opportunities, but for the specific climate loan program, those are offered at no cost. If you decide to work with Danny after with any other programs, that's different, but for the climate loan questions, they will be able to assist you as well. Okay, now let's talk about the maximum loan and terms for this program. As I mentioned, the maximum is 500,000. With B side, we will be able to review applications from 20,000 up to 100,000. There is no penalties for this program, and the terms will vary. The short term start from 3 years, and the maximum term for the program itself is up to 10 years. However, with BSI, based on our guidelines, we will review applications with a maximum term up to 5 years. The interest rates are also probably the lowest in the market. So every time I have the opportunity to promote Climate, I encourage you to apply. I know it might have to be some eligibility there that you have to meet, but the interest rate are very low, starting from 6.01 to 6.32%. It's a fixed interest rate, no prepayment penalties. I think the Climate loan hopefully continue helping small businesses for more time, because it's a great program. So highly recommend it. All right. I am not taking a peek to the chat, but I see some interaction there. So Vanessa, feel free to interrupt me, or if you want to cover questions by the end, that's also okay for me. Okay, let's go to, just move this here. Let's talk about a different program called Colorado Startup Loan Fund. This is also very affordable and a great way to support your business in working capital needs. That Colorado Startup Loan Fund program also offers different options to nonprofit lenders as BSI to provide those resources to small businesses in our community. Now, this is a revolving loan fund, meaning that all those dollars that you are using, and if you are continue paying it on time, will help other new entrepreneurs to receive that funding. So that's the idea of these programs, that once the funds are deployed, small businesses are able to grow, continue repaying, and once those funds are being repaid, will open the opportunity as well to new small businesses to receive more funding. For this program, the loans are from 10,000 up to 150,000, and it also depending on the eligibility that each lender has in terms of maximums and how much they are able to qualify you. There's a very wide list as well to different lenders that are participating in that program. I would recommend also reviewing the website of OEDIT. They have a list of all the lenders that are participating in this specific program and in any of the programs that STATE is offering. So you can review that list there as well and compare. It's always good to compare different lenders before you apply to any loan and request. Now, the eligibility is very similar as the Climate Loan Fund. It helps for-profit organizations that are working and operating in the state of Colorado. They need to have a minimum of or at least 25 full-time employees when the loan is made. And your business revenue will not have to be more than 2 million in annual gross revenue in order to qualify. And also something important here, these programs are designed to support businesses that cannot qualify to traditional bank loans. If you are in a good financial situation and you are able to qualify for a bank loan, that's amazing. You probably search that option first. But if you can't for any other reasons, cash flow, credit, there is many considerations where banks might reject the application. Maybe these programs can be a good fit for you. But we also we always encourage you to review that connection that you have with your primary bank, as they probably will be able to offer probably better conditions in terms of interest rate and repayments. Okay, now the use of funds for this program, as I mentioned, a maximum loan amount is 150,000. With BSI, we will review a maximum of 100,000, 75,000. We received some funding from the state for this program, and we are running out of these funds. So probably the loans that we will be deploying coming 2025 a little more is small. I will say maximum of 75, maybe 100,000 maximum. The repayment terms for this program is up to 10 years as well. As BSI, we will review only a maximum term of 5 years. And the business also need to show that repayment ability. There is no minimum debt service cover ratio for this program, but it will depending on the conditions on the lender. So when you apply with the lender, they will review what is your capacity, what is your debt service cover ratio, and according with that, they will define if the Colorado State Loan Fund program is a good fit for you. Now, the good thing is that they do have a more flexible options for debt refinance, for working capital, and business acquisition. So also recommend this program. Now, loan terms, as I mentioned, with BSI from 20,000 up to 75,000. There is no prepayment penalties for this program neither, and the maximum loan term up to 5 years, and the interest rate is a fixed interest rate up to 10%. That's the maximum interest rate that we are offering. I would recommend, as I mentioned, just referring to the list of lenders that are participating in the program. That will give you a way to compare what conditions and what terms they are offering as well. All right, now the third program that we are going to talk about today is the SBA Community Advantage Loan Program. I'm sorry. This program is one of the 7A loan program developed by the SBA, and what the SBA is doing is supporting that guarantee to lenders to allow them to be more flexible in their underwriter guidelines, in their criteria, and supporting that funding for small businesses. SBA is not a lender. They don't deploy the funds directly. They work with banks to deploy that funds, and they provide that guarantee to the lenders. So we as a lender are, okay, well, we have that guarantee, you are a good applicant, you qualify for an SBA loan, maybe we are able to be more flexible in our underwriting guidelines or collateral requirements, knowing that you will be able to repay the loan, and if for any reason the loan default, there is that mitigation of risk provided by the SBA. Now, that's not, the excuse to, oh, because I have an SBA loan, then I can be like late on my payments, or I can do things that I shouldn't. No, that's not probably a good consideration. As an SBA loan is a federal loan, so you have to review that your participation with federal programs are in a good standing as well. SBA have a wide and a variety of different programs that in the future will be very helpful for you, and they will start reviewing all the history that you have with them, all the payments that you have with SBA before. Are you on time of those payments? Like what that relationship that you have with any PPP loans that you might receive during the pandemic, or if you receive an idle loan. All those considerations are important when you are applying for an SBA loan. Now with this program, you can use the funds also for a variety of purposes, including acquiring a new business, refinancing, working capital. You can buy furniture, equipment, any fixtures. They also allow a complete or partial change of ownership if you are selling 50% of your business to somebody or changing ownership with somebody else. This program will allow you to do that. I will also highlight that for SBA programs, the amortization term are longer as well, up to 10 years. So that will allow you to have a lower monthly payment. And it's a great program that probably if you apply with a bank, and the bank might see some risk based on the analysis of your application, they might require or suggest that applying through the SBA will be a good way to get that loan approved. There is also some eligibility to meet through this program, including that the business must be operating in the United States. It has to be a for-profit organization, and it has to meet some SBA size requirements. That is based on your industry code. There is a kind of like a matrix combination where we see if your business is considered a small business loan. Probably majority of the small businesses at this a call are small businesses, so I don't think that should be a concern. And also, this program is available for businesses that, as I mentioned before, are unable to qualify through that bank loans without that SBA guarantee. So if you're in a good standing, and if your business is doing very well, and you are able to qualify with a loan with the bank solo or with a business solo, that's amazing. But if not, there is the option with SBA that we can get a loan approved. And also demonstrate that repayment ability, right? That's what most lenders and pretty much everybody is going to review, that you are able to repay the loan. Now, I will say there is some considerations in terms of when I'm able to repay the loan, right? If my business is historically reporting losses and I'm not able to demonstrate that I have the ability to repay the loan at the moment, but I have a great project. I have an investor, somebody's coming to my business to help me, to support me, and I'm able to demonstrate that in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years or 5 years, I will be able to repay the loan. There is options where we can review financial projections. So even if the business is not demonstrating that sufficient coverage based on your historical performance, but we are able to review those financial projections, your business plan, right? Like after you work with the SBDC or a SCORE chapter, so you complete your business plan, your financial projections, and you have everything in place saying, hey, I have a great idea, this is what I'm doing, and you can demonstrate that, that will give you a good chance as well to get approved through the lending programs. Now for SBA, under that umbrella of SBA loans, there's different programs available. One of them is the Community Advantage Loan, which I mentioned. But there's also different programs that can help you to qualify for a large loans up to 5 million. The guarantees will vary, usually between 75 and 85%. The use of funds, as I mentioned, business acquisitions, expansions, working capital, debt refinance. The umbrella of SBA also have line of credits that cap lines, especially for businesses that are in that industry changes or that seasonal variations. That will be a good way to review that cap lines. If you are planning to export, they have a great program in international trade that can help you to secure that funding to go out and export those goods. So keeping that online as well. And as I mentioned, maximum up to 5,000 for the SBA loan. 7. Now, the loan terms with B-side. We are able to review applications under the Community Advantage Loan up to 350,000. From 20,000 up to 350,000. There is no prepayment penalties for this program neither. Maximum loan term is up to 10 years, and the interest rate is a variable rate based on the prime rate plus 4.5. That's the maximum rate that BSI will consider. But as I mentioned, usually when the repayment option is longer, you have better opportunities to have a lower monthly payment, even if the interest rate is high. And how I am going with the time, Vanessa? Do I have a couple minutes? Good. Okay. Now I'm going to explain you a little bit more about the application process in case you are interested to qualify through B-side to either Climate, Startup Loan Fund, or the Community Advantage Loan. There is an eligibility check that you can review through our website at bsafefund.org. Once you complete that eligibility, we will start reviewing all your financial information, and that includes your business tax returns. And this is probably the same documents that any other lender is going to review, so keep those in mind. Business tax returns, usually based on the last 2 years of business and personal tax returns. We will also review your financial statements. So if you don't have your 2024 taxes yet, probably nobody, you can upload your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet from January to December 2024. We will also review your business plan. So if you have your business plan complete, that's amazing. Honestly, at BSI, we are not looking for that, 100 pages business plan. We are looking for something that could be just 2-3 pages that tells a little bit more about your history, who you are, what are you selling, what are your key employees, what is important for your business to receive this funding, what are you going to use the funds for, like how those that funding is going to help either in job creation, in growing your business, where is that revenue that you are expecting in the next 2-3 years. So because of that, we will also ask for those financial projections, and also some forms that you have to fill up in terms of each specific program. That's the general documentations that lenders will require, and that visa also will review. And then once we have everything complete, our underwriter team will review it, making sure everything is ready, qualify your application, and if the loan is approved, we'll provide you with more guidelines for closing and funding. Timeline, that's a common question. It will vary. If you have all your documents in place, everything's ready, it might take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We have businesses that complete the application and they don't have the business plan. So you have to go back to SBDC and work with them for a few weeks before they are ready to complete the business plan. So the time always is in your hands. All right, and the last thing I want to mention is a few programs that we have available at BSIFE. So if you are looking to learn a little bit more about any educational resources that help you to support your business, feel free to visit our website, bsifefund.org. We have a different technical assistant resources, blog posts, different videos, and we also have a Visa University that offers free webinars. First Wednesday of the month. Our next webinar is in March 5th, and we are going to talk about accounting for small businesses. So if you're interested, feel free to join us. It's a free webinars every Wednesday, and we love to have you there to register for our sessions. And with that, thank you so much. I hope I completed on time.